Greetings wonderful people, Metal Gear Survive is out this week and there's no doubt that there's been quite a bit of controversy surrounding its development without Hideo Kojima. I've been playing this game for a few days now and I must say I'm really enjoying it. Whilst it does relate to the Metal Gear Solid series, it doesn't harp on Kojima's story at all, which is a respectful approach from Konami to keep his legacy intact at the studio. With that being said though, Metal Gear Survive offers so many unique gameplay approaches that I just had to share 5 things that I think would push you to give it a try. Before we get into the countdown though, let's answer the question of what is Metal Gear Survive? Well, Metal Gear Survive takes place after the evacuation of Big Boss in the Metal Gear 5 game, where the surviving members of the MSF who are left behind on the mother base are instructed to collect the bodies of their fallen comrades and bury them in the sea. However, there's more that meets the eye as one of the members of the UN requests that one of the deceased gets taken with him. This fallen hero has been infected by the strange disease from another dimension and only they can travel to that said dimension to investigate the cause of the wormhole that opened during the attack on the mother base. At number 5 we have the fact that the game is challenging and rewarding. Metal Gear Survive is hard but definitely worth it. As you progress in the single player campaign, more of the game's features will unlock, such as the home base objective defense mode, which you'll get to protect your home base from the oncoming threats. When you're in co-op though, it may be difficult, but the better you do, the better your loot. There's really nothing better than getting a purple blueprint to craft that perfect bow so you can take it on your next scavenger hunt. The game is a great mix of risk and reward, and if you have the nerves to handle the heat, then you'll be showered with the best treasures. At number 4 we have the dedicated single player story. If co-op's not your thing, then the game has an excellent single player campaign that is shrouded in mystery. After you land in this alternate dimension, you find a base and you're instructed to rebuild it. How you do this though is up to you, and all sorts of secrets lie in the dust, which if you didn't know is a deadly shrouded area beyond the base and it's just waiting to be discovered. The single player game has a great mix of Metal Gear that we all love with its addictive survival mechanics of the game. At number 3 we have co-op. We have covered this before in another video based on the beta. The co-op in Metal Gear Survive is probably one of its finest features, and it sees you and 3 other friends rally together to help protect a wormhole extractor from the zombie threats known as Wanderers. The co-op is challenging but fun, as each player will be specialized in their own combat approach, and together you can form a well-organized team that will help survive until the end of the round. Co-op is only accessible later in the game after you've learnt a bit more about the game's mechanics, but it's definitely well worth the wait. The best part about all of this is that everything you obtain in the co-op, like blueprints and materials, is carried over to your single player and vice versa. At number 2 we have the fact that it's a survival game. Those of you who love survival games will love Metal Gear Survive. Right from the get-go, you're thrown into a wasteland with nothing but a pole to defend yourself with. Collecting resources, killing sheep for meat to cook on the fire, and bottling water to drink so you can keep your hydration up are just a few of the features that will keep you on the lookout at all times. Venturing out the base will then challenge you with even more survival mechanics, as you need to take your oxygen count into account and your limited weapons, arrows and bullets. Every item is craftable into something more powerful, and building your base and improving your character all depends on how well you can survive out in the wild. With that said though, let's get to our first reason, and that's being, it's just a Metal Gear. Metal Gear series has a certain flair to it that we all love. Its hidden comedy and memorable characters all make it worth the playthrough, and the Metal Gear Survive is no different. Throughout the game, the Metal Gear Solid series oozes from every item and sound. If it's not walking into a bunch of enemies and hearing the iconic exclamation sound, it's mowing down enemies using a walker weapon, which is the iconic mode of transport in the series. Many of its mechanics and features are directly influenced by the Metal Gear Solid series, and while it may not be related to the story or Solid Snake in any way, it still plays like a Metal Gear game and will be familiar to anyone who's played through the games in the past. So there you have 5 reasons to give Metal Gear Survive a try. Are you going to? Let us know in the comments below. We do hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.